university is north of Cardiff. I don't know if any of you have been to Wales or to Cardiff. The project has been running for quite a while, I'd say 3 or 4 years. It's the baby of Alice Enthistle and Inga Burrows. They were doing some work with the Royal Blind Society in Cardiff, and the idea evolved through some research with the society and conversations, etc. I joined about a year and a half ago with 2 colleagues from the School of Computing and Maths. At the moment, that body of people with thank you. I can come off my tippy toes there. With Cardiff Met, we've got Cardiff Council on board, and we've also got Philips Lighting, who have recently won the Smart Cardiff City bid. So we've got a nice group of people. It's still in the early stages. We are moving slowly towards putting together hopefully a smart enterprise application to pull in some money to fund this work.
Situated in its famous docklands, Cardiff Bay is among the largest waterside residential developments in Europe. Overlooked by the landmark buildings of the Wales Millennium Centre and the National Assembly, designed by Richard Rogers, the Bay homes much of this capital city's economic and cultural political life today. The area's regeneration was catalysed by the opening in 1997 of the £200 million barrage, a 1.1 kilometre man-made ISTAS running from the Norwegian church on the eastern side of the bay to Penarth Cliffs in the west. This landscaped embankment, dubbed the Giant's Arm by its designer, now forms the southern rim of the 400-hectare freshwater lagoon of Cardiff Bay. The city's newest park, the barrage makes a car-free route for pedestrians and cyclists in and out of the city all year round, and attracts thousands of visitors each year. From the outer arm, beside the elevated silver pod of the control room, the lagoon at your back, you can usually see the outcrop of Flatholm Island, lying some 2.5 kilometres away in the Bristol Channel. Barely a mile long and half a mile wide, and rich in ancient local natural and military history, the island is owned and run by Cardiff Council in partnership with the RSPB and the National Trust. Italian inventor Marconi made the very first radio transmission from the island in May 1897. The needle of its 68-foot light is visible from the mainland on clear days. So much depends on will install a specially designed and developed series of inclusive and interactive artworks, leading visitors to the tip of the harbour arm and using embedded location-aware technology as a portal to the Internet of Everything. Visitors leaving the new visitor centre and cafe by the sluice gates will see ahead of them the shining elevated pod of the control room, the starting point of So Much Depends, the interactive experience into which our project, arranged over the length of the arm, invites them. The first of the artworks is an elegant weather vane, linked aesthetically and functionally to the surroundings in which it originated and is anchored. This beautiful, multi-sensory structure will reflect the light, weather and wind conditions of its challenging environment. The second element is a sunken, tactile and possibly fragrant pathway embedded in alignment with existing pavement signage and spelling out these words. So much depends, she thought, upon distance. The words drawn from Virginia Woolf's 1927 modernist novel To the Lighthouse, from which our project takes its name. Set into the walkway at floor level, in reflective glass troughs planted with moss and other hardy species native to Flatholm Island, the extract will be repeated in the oversized dots and dashes of Morse code, as many times as the distance between start and tip of the arm allows, and in Welsh and English. In this installation, as in other elements of the whole visitor experience, Embedded GPS beacons will connect the pathway and its users through the Internet of Everything. The interactive Morse code pathway will guide visitors to and be brought to a close by the stark, egg timer-like full stop of the green day mark at the tip of the arm. At this dramatic endpoint, visitors will encounter a circular, gently undulating seating platform constructed around the girth of the day mark of opaque and durable resin. Embedded with digital and possibly light-emitting and/or solar-powered technology, the shape of this playful construction, allowing for relaxation and reflection, pays homage to the restlessly dynamic motion of its marine and coastal context, and the body of water, the busy seaway of the Bristol Channel, across which, like the lighthouse, it looks.
So 22% of Cardiff's inhabitants are unable to navigate, interact, and otherwise engage with their civic surroundings. So that is the motivation really behind the project. Our objectives are to pull this very multidisciplinary team together, and that has been a huge challenge for us. We've got on one side the techie techs, and then on the other side the quite playful, creative and amazing visual artists, and also we've got the humanities literature feeding in through. So before we even take it to focus groups and user testing, we as a team have to come together to work out how we're going to solve our problems, you know, the various different problems of engaging somebody through the barrage. It's about inclusive engagement. We are looking at engaging all abilities, all disabilities, and that's a challenge, particularly, as I said, that the project stems from initial work with the Royal Blind Society and on probably the academic side of the team. We're all fully sighted designers, scientists, writers, artists. So it's been a challenge for us to get our heads in terms of the design and development around how we design inclusive, you know, design for everybody, and that's where we're moving towards the testing of the experience, with the final objective to come up with some sort of formula that we can template across the city. Backwards. So very much tapping into what's already been discussed: co-design, co-creation. What questions do you ask? It's not always about asking questions. We are looking at everything from tapping into people's brain signals using brain-computer interface technology while they're experiencing these environments, right across the board to cultural probes, asking them to draw the experience. But it is co-design, co-creation, getting all stakeholders involved. We are quite lucky in Cardiff Council. There is a focus group sitting there ready to work with us. So even though what you've seen in the video, those sketches of ideas, by the time this project's finished, they might be very different, because once we get our target audiences involved, the work will evolve. And as Paul rightly stated earlier, in reference to another project, needs evolve. Needs can be dynamic. It's and particularly when we're looking at a range of different needs. So we're very much tuned into the fact that this project and how it kind of progresses is very dynamic. Just to quickly draw on, you know, we've obviously the humanities, the literature side of the project, grounding or forming the foundations around Virginia Woolf's novel. The weather vane was executed about 2 months ago, so that is up on the barrage. Cardiff Council themselves funded that piece of work. We have yet to come in as a technology team, join the project. A bit later on, we were kind of working backwards. We've got the artists now, we have to integrate the technology into it. All the other pieces hopefully will be working in sync. But as you can see, these are just some of the ideas, and again, only ideas because we need to tease them out with users. But we are very much looking at the imaginative use of technology. As my introduction kind of pointed out, I'm quite interested in the aesthetic side. As humans, the way we interact with our environments, we use our senses. When we meet somebody for the first time, we use our senses to suss them out. When we move into, you know, digital spaces, digital environments, cyberspaces, and as these cyberspaces, in line with the Internet of Everything, become hybrids of virtual and real, we have to use our senses too, but we're tending not to. And I think there's lots of issues around, you know, yes, technology brings huge benefits, but I think from the human perspective, it's also changing us. We've, you know, grown and developed certain user behaviours that when we look at people's use in digital spaces and cyberspaces, it's amazing how that has impacted on our behaviours. So we're quite interested in looking at people's behaviours in these spaces, looking at things like sensation, emotion, the feeling side of things, and how we can develop that to create more inclusive spaces. Tapping into the 2015 Wellbeing and Future Generation Act in Wales. Okay, so we're looking at a society and developing and designing for a society in which people's physical and mental well-being is maximised, and in which choices and behaviours that could benefit future health are understood. So there is quite a lot of movement in Cardiff around inclusive policies, people's well-being, and we're hoping to kind of cater and address and design for that. And then just to conclude, we had Cardiff City Councillor Cabinet Member for Culture take a look at the project brief, and just to quote, "Inclusivity is so important for our green spaces. Everyone should be able to enjoy them, and this new interactive public art project will mean that what is already a welcoming place space for users with a range of different needs is even more accessible." So again, I suppose the bottom line, we are looking at the aesthetic engagement, the aesthetic interaction through visual arts, combination of visual arts, art installations and technology to make our spaces more attractable, accessible and engaging for all our users. Thank you. I think,